quick talk about tonight. As you see, it's about something that often we mistake for love, and that, but deep down, it's usually a transaction. And the transactional relationship is when you're not truly connecting from the heart, right? And you're connecting based on what someone can do for you or what you can get out of it. And it might look like a relationship from the inside, but it's really a relationship based on exchange, like favors, money, sex, and status. We go on. But over time, that kind of relationship drains you emotionally, and it drains you spiritually and mentally. So I want to break down the top signs that I find of what it may not be about love. It may just be a transnational situation. And I'll try to give you a few things that can help you change in these type of relationships. Okay. So this I want to talk about this. So let's go over some of these things that I feel that it's something that you really need to pay attention to if this is what you're in. Now remember, as I talk about this, love is a choice, right? And we make a decision to love someone based on what we choose. So love is not a type of conditional type of love. Love is we hoping that we are both mutually involved, respecting and understanding love. But what do you do within it, and what you don't do in it, what do you feel like you're doing within a relationship that's not a condition by the both of you, right? So let's talk about various types of transactional love. So I feel that sometimes when you're emotionally empty, you'll use your finances to fulfill your lack, right? You'll use your finances to hopefully get near someone or make someone feel some kind of way, right? And you use it to lift up your lack or your emotions. So you do use the money to provide to someone so that they would be a part of your life. You're doing that, right? And sometimes you avoid emotional conversations. You do it because you just want to just make it a transaction. You don't want to have a per se relationship with that person. Hi, you guys. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Sometimes you don't want to do it. Hi, Adam. And hi, Gina. So sometimes you don't do it. And so it's just you're doing it yourself, okay? And because you feel alone, and you pretty much do it because you feel alone, right? So, but some of you use it for sex, right? Remember I talked about that. Some people use it for sex, for affection, for their time, and you use currency, I'm going to say, to fulfill your lack of intimacy, right? And it becomes and some people, when they do get involved with you like that, they hold their affection because you get them to feel that kind of way, and so they hold their affection because they don't know if you're just going to turn around and keep giving them money and then don't want them anyway, because it is a form of manipulation. I know y'all don't think so, but it is. Um, you feel like the person's got to earn your love by doing for you. Hi, thank you, Chantel. Thank you so much. And you do that. You're doing that to get attention from that person, so you give them the money to do for you, and that's what you're doing. And it's okay, because we talk about this all the time. We talked about when you all say it's a gold digger. I don't know about no gold digger because it's your choice to give somebody money. It's your choice to make it a transaction. It's your choice to decide if you're gonna do for that person. I'm just real talk. You're deciding if you want to give somebody your currency for exchange for whatever you're looking to have fulfilled, right? So that's a transactional situation, which you're choosing to do, right? You might be doing the transaction on the basis of your values, that you how you value somebody, right? That they provide. So you may find that they carry themselves in such a way, and so you value it, and so you do more for them. So you're giving to them because you're listening for the praise of what you're doing for them, right? And then you do it because you don't want to be invisible. You're looking for them to praise, and so you're providing. That's a transaction because you're trying to value yourself more, and so you get into a transaction situation. Thank you, hi Rose. Hi. And so you're doing that. Okay, so but here's the kicker, guys. It's that hidden expectation. You ever had you give people something and you expect them to get something back? You ever did that before when you gifted somebody something and you have strings attached? A lot of us have done that. So you're doing that, and those are hidden expectations. So, like, you feel guilty if you don't do it and get something in return. So you give them that thinking you're going to get something in return. I mean, a lot of times, some of us do that to get the affection back. Yeah, we do. I'm just saying. Some of you use it for negotiation, right? You feel like you got to negotiate with that person to make the relationship work. You are negotiating with your mate to try to get them to do for you, right? And therefore, that person is basing that relationship on a transaction because you're negotiating, they're negotiating with you to get what they want from you. Got me? So you have to be aware of when someone is doing that, like when they're gonna treat you that way, because that's more like a business partner versus a life partner. So you have to watch when it becomes negotiating because you're compromising with them like it's a deal. So you to give them what they want, and you're sacrificing your love. You got me? So that relationship, if you're negotiating what you're going to do and not going to do, because so what do you want? Do you want a business partner or a life partner? You got me? So pay attention to that. You stay involved in these type of relationship because of what you get from it, right? You stay in with because you're afraid that if you move from this type of relationship, you'll lose the benefit of that person. The benefit can be what they're offering, right? It could be, like I said, the sex. It could be their job. It could be their home. It could be. There's various things that you're doing that you stay. So you tell yourself it's not bad because the lifestyle is so comfortable. You got me? So you stay because of those various reasons within that transaction. Because it's not always going to be about currency. It can be about certain things that you're giving up. Like I said just previous, a gift or something like that. Then the other thing is that you stay in those relationships because you're like, well, why not? It may not, nothing. It's just like you feel like if I don't stay, then I won't get this, and then if I do stay, it doesn't feel like I'm getting enough, and so I'm let me stay, let me do it again, let me see if I can get this person to change, okay? Because you think that if you keep staying, it's gonna change. That person's gonna start loving you more or give you more affection. So you stay in that relationship because you're saying maybe it's just for a moment, just it'll stop, maybe it won't last too long, and you continue in it, okay? And then I'm gonna do in this one right here. I'm not gonna go into no more because I think I gave you quite a bit. Is that you're afraid? Sometimes you're afraid to stop, and you're afraid because you think they may leave. And you stay in those type of relationship because you think you're unhappy. That you have to tolerate this person because you're afraid of being alone. Now, guys, I talk about this all the time. The fear of us making a change is one of the biggest things. I talk about how a lot of times we stay in relationship because of fear. Most people stay in marriages because of fear. But people do things because of fear. And this is not anything wrong with it being a transactional relationship. By no means. I'm talking about it and give you some awareness of the people that come into our life. Because you know how I talk about you gotta get the character of a person. Because people are gonna tell you how they are. They're going to show you their true colors. They're going to show you how they really possibly will treat you. So it's very, very important to understand the character of a person. Y'all know I talk about this all the time. You've got to learn the character of people because people are going to show you who they really, truly are if you just pay attention to what they say, the actions that they take, how they treat you. Those things are very, very important. But I do find that what happens that most of us that end up in these type of relationship, it has a lot to do with our self-worth. Your self-worth is greater than you're feeling a lack of. You don't have to make everything that you do with somebody transactional. But if it makes you feel good, it's okay. Because guess what, guys? Y'all know it exists out there, right? You know that there's been online sites that people make money from, and people pay for just being a friend with somebody. Y'all guys know that. So everybody are not out and easy to meet. Some people just have a hard time meeting people. Sometimes very shy. You have your introverts. You got rather just pay for your time. And what this talk is about, do you want that type of relationship? All right, but and if you're in that type of relationship, I'm just giving you the understanding to be aware of what you're in. But understand, it's okay because it's your choice to give somebody what they want. I mean, I talk about it all the time. Love is a choice. You decide that if you're going to do for somebody, give them what they want. That's your decision. It's nobody else's decision. It's your decision. And so it is very important to understand if you don't want to do it anymore, you can change it. You can change how you give or you seek somebody to love you, right? So, for example, if you're looking for unconditional love, right? And you think that you got to give them money, you don't have to do that. You can choose to say, no, I want real love, and I don't want to just reward somebody to love me. I want true connection, and I'll wait for that. Because remember, I told you, love is just about patience. You just have to be patient if that's what you want. Everybody don't have to be in a relationship to love of love. We could just be in a relationship just to date and have fun and just go out every now and then. Understand that this is not about everybody having. I'm not condoning having or not. Everything you do is your choice. You're choosing to love the way you want to love and being loved back. That's it. Period. But in the meantime, it's all about your mindset. You got to decide if I'm going to give or not. Do I want this person to have what I have to offer and give them this? Because some people are entitled or feel entitled, have entitlement issues. They think that you're supposed to do for them. They think you're supposed to give them what they need because their mama told them that. You got what I'm saying? The parents said they should treat you this way. This woman should do this guy should do that. Everybody want to tell you what's best for you when it comes to loving someone. It's your decision and your choice to use and give your money to whoever you want or not. But there's so many platforms out here today that you're already doing that. There's all these gifting platforms. What's the other one? The biggest one, GoFundMe. You have all these type of funds that people do things for. So don't feel no kind of way because you're doing for someone that may not emotionally be connected to you, because you give to people who you don't even know. So, I mean, if you're one of the persons that do that, so why do you care? You have to decide what you're going to do and just understand what you're getting into. Because if you decide to deal with somebody that is entitled or feel they should have certain things, then that's what you were aware of that. And you knew that you weren't going to get much emotions out of that, because you're not going to get much emotional intimacy out of that. You might get some intimacy, but you might not get no emotional intimacy. Just know it could be a business contract and not a partner contract. Okay? So that's what I wanted to talk about, this transactional love. Is it? And how to recognize, the how to recognize, and you can stop attracting it. I mean, because it's all about what you want to do. But if it makes you, hey, if you got the money to do it, do you? Who am I to tell you what to do? I'm just giving you some information that's just going to help you understand. It's okay. It's okay to be in transactional relationship. It's okay to do and give to people that you want based on transaction. It is your decision. It's your choice. And if you're not ready to be in a serious relationship with someone and you just wanted to provide for a moment of intimacy, a moment of time, it is your choice. So I hope that information I gave you helped you. I hope that you understand that information. I think I had some this information will help you out to get you to understand how to have great relationships with your mate. Uh, and I sorry I came on late, guys. Thank you for my compliment. Who was that? July. What did I say, July? Thank you for my hair. You say I love my hair. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Rose, again for the wonderful compliment. Thank you, thank you. Uh, who says my voice sound like a dude? It does not. Whatever. Who sound like a dude? Me or the person? Because I know I don't sound like no dude. So, thank you so much. Who's that? Landau, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. That says Landau Logan. Thank you so much. But guys, I wanted to, just quickly give you that information about just valuing yourself more based on what people provide for you. That's the whole thing. Just make sure that you're looking for someone that's going to value you, even if you do for them. Hopefully that they will build you up in the relationship, even if you're doing for them, and they because I guess sometimes some people don't appreciate what they receive. So I think, guys, that help you. I will be back on Thursday. We're going to do another juicy talk. I'm going to do a really juicy sex talk. So I think I'm going to try to do it. I don't know if YouTube let me do that or not, but I'm going to try. We'll have a great talk about it. And it'll be about, I think I'm going to do it about, is it love, lust, or sex? Something like that. Because I know I got some messages that you all want me to get a little more deep, but I don't get too deep because YouTube ain't gonna let me do too much. They ain't gonna let me put it up. That's why I'm gonna do my group. I'm gonna do a group. I'm gonna put a group together, and we can go over there and we can really do some really raw talking. Okay, how about that? All right. So I thank you for joining me, guys. Thank you for following me and subscribing. I will be back on Thursday with another live talk, and we'll talk about something that's going to help you within your relationship. Remember, if you are single, just be patient. Love is around the corner. You don't have to rush it. If that's what you want, it will come. Be patient. If not, enjoy life being single and enjoy the people that you bring into your life. Now, if you're in a relationship, y'all know how I said it's got to be about peace, joy, and happiness. Make sure that the person that you join into your life is going to love you and make everything stress-free and happy. Okay? All right, guys. I will be back on Thursday, and we'll be talking about more love, love, love. See you soon.